Hello, hello. Welcome back to my space. I hope you are doing well. We are going to get into a collective reading, seeing what are the messages that we are getting today. I hope you are doing good. I hope that you are rested. Thank you so much for your comments, for your likes, for your hypes, for your donations, for your subscriptions, for your shares, for all of it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You are so kind to me in the comments. It's beautiful, and I also love when I see that you are kind with one another, supporting one another. It's beautiful. I love it. I love it. It truly gives a feeling of community, a soul community, and I love that. So, let's see, what is the main subject here? What are we talking about? Oh, the world. A cycle ending. A cycle ending, that's good. Okay. Let's see what's related to other people here. Oh. Okay. Lack of balance. Feeling unstable. This is the place of other people. Obviously, we are going to get into every card a little bit deeper. This is just an overview of what's going on. Tell me, what is the driving energy? Oh, okay. So listen, it kind of feels here that you ended a cycle, right? We will get more into it and understand exactly what's going on. But people around you, they feel very unstable because of that. So does it mean that you cut them out? Maybe. I kind of feel that it might be the case because with the Five of Swords here, the Five of Air, they wanted to win at all cost, right? So they were going for a quick victory at all cost without caring about the consequences of what they were doing. Okay, what is hidden? Tell me. What's hidden? The Hermit in reverse. Yeah, lack of wisdom, lack of deep thought, lack of acting without being guided by your higher self, without awareness. Okay, what's the path shift, the change? Tell me. Yeah, the Eight of Cups, the fact that you took distance. This is changing everything. Okay. I like it. It's kind of clear what's going on here. With the Hermit in reverse here, I kind of feel that what we might be talking about also, it is that they might not have any access to you or information about you. You might be hiding. Might also be talking about them hiding something. Okay, let's get a little bit deeper into all of that. Let's see what's going on. Bottom of the deck, we have the Knight of Wands in reverse. This is talking about somebody very reckless, acting recklessly, arrogant, hot-headed, impatient. Somebody creating conflict and being at peace with conflict. They like conflict, right? We might be talking about someone who feels good when they are surrounded by drama, right? Often it reflects on somebody who's not at peace with themselves. They have some kind of inner war, inner conflict, feeling unstable inside of themselves, so it projects outside, right? So they feel comfortable, they feel at home when there is some kind of conflict around them. They feel alive. Maybe this is the way to say that. Okay, let's see here. What is going on? Let's see what we have for the World card here. The cycle ending. Okay, let's see. The cycle ending, the world. Tell me. What's going on with the world? Wait, I need to put on my glasses. They are on my head. I cannot read those cards. So we have here the Six of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. Listen, it kind of feels here that you might have felt with whoever we are talking about here that they were trying to feel superior to you, right? Maybe that you had to beg for their love, beg for being recognized for who you are. Kind of feel that somebody wanted to feel superior to you here, right? Yeah, and I kind of feel that you might have tried to make them change the way that they are acting, the way that they are thinking. And they were holding on to something. They were holding on to those roles, in fact, right? There is here some kind of element of roles. Like, I am above you, you are under me. You owe me, while you might not owe them anything, right? But it might be like it might not even be said out loud, but it might be felt, right? Like, yeah, I kind of feel that somebody wanted you to be in this position of always needing to beg them for something. The Queen of Swords, yeah, the cycle ended the moment that you accepted some kind of truth. So you might have been doubting yourself for some time, right? Maybe thinking that you had some kind of issue. But I kind of feel that what you understood here with this Four of Pentacles, that they are attached to those roles, right? They are attached to their inner narrative, and that they don't want to move from that, right? And so the moment that you accepted here this truth, to see this truth, right? Kind of feel that the cycle was over, it was done. Because you understood that whatever effort you might have been putting in, it wouldn't change anything. Okay, let's see if you can see all the cards. Yes, you can. Okay, anything else here about this World card? Tell me. The Ten of Pentacles. It feels like you feel much more comfortable since you have accepted this truth, right? You might feel much more stable. There is here also this element we are starting here with the Six of Pentacles. We might even be talking about someone who wanted you to be financially dependent on them. And since you have understood here that nothing would change, that somebody was attached to some kind of, I said, roles, values, things like that, right? That there is even some kind of flow in your money. With the Ten of Pentacles, we are talking about legacy also, right? So maybe you've been attached here because it was related to some kind of legacy. Maybe we are talking about some kind of dysfunctional family or dysfunctional community. A community that you don't feel that you are being respected for who you are, right? Okay, let's see if I'm getting a little bit more information here about this Ten of Pentacles. We have a lot of pentacles here. We have a lot of pentacles here. Tell me, the Ten of Pentacles, anything else? The Knight of Cups, the Ten of Wands. It came out like this. Yeah, putting down the burdens because you understood here that there was some kind of emotional instability. That they might be using words without any attachment to the truth, Yeah, I kind of also feel here you may be being extremely emotionally stressed out. Yeah, I feel that you were working very, very hard here in order for them to release something. And I kind of feel that we are talking about an idea, about roles, about the way that they were perceiving you, perceiving life, maybe. Yeah, I kind of feel that you might have understood that you are not operating from the same place, right? We have, as said, a lot of pentacles here. And then we have the cups coming up. And I kind of feel that very often for me, the collective, I see them either as the Temperance card or the Queen of Cups. You know, the element of water is important. Okay, so maybe because you are somebody emotional, they have judged you in some kind of way, right? Okay, let's see here. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. Their lack of stability. We are in the place of other people here. Tell me. Now listen, they were celebrating in the past. They were celebrating in the past, and I kind of feel that they might have been celebrating on your energy or on your money even. Yeah, we are talking here about a group. We are not talking about one person. So the group, it can be, as said, a community. It might be a family. It might be a group of friends. I kind of feel that they have some kind of nostalgia of the past, when the cycle was not closed for you, right? Before you saw this truth so clearly, maybe you have even expressed something about this truth that you could see. Okay. I feel here that you are done trying to defend yourself. Because I kind of feel that you understood that, you know, we might be talking about people that you might feel, you know, that you need to repeat yourself 10 times and you are wondering why they don't understand you. But from my experience, most often than not, they understood you the first time. But what you are saying is not comfortable for them. Or they don't want to change. So they just say, yeah, okay. And that's it, right? And then they are doing the same thing over and over and over again. Or they might truly do as if they don't understand you, but often they just don't answer anything. And then it just goes through one ear and then it goes out the other. Right? But very often they did hear you. Yeah, they regret the past. They regret the past, and I kind of feel that they regret the time where you were defending yourself. Okay. Anything else here about this Two of Pentacles in reverse? The Ace of Cups. It's interesting because we are talking here about people that are all about roles, appearances, what people think about them, what people think about you. They thinking a certain way about you for no real reason, right? Just because it's comfortable for them to put you in some kind of box. And now it kind of feels that there is this instability, and once again we are with the Pentacles, right? So they were holding on to something, and it was related to you and the connection to you, and it was giving them stability. And since you have closed this cycle, there is instability. And so now we have the overflow of feelings and emotions. What they might have tried to... you know what? I feel that it's energy vampires. I feel that we are talking about people who were feeding themselves off of your emotions. So they were not feeling any emotions, they were feeling emotions through you, through your reactions. And now that you close the cycle, right? That you are not defending yourself, they cannot bait you, they cannot attack you. They can't. Now they are overflown by emotion because you are not giving them. It makes me think about the narcissistic supply. You were their narcissistic supply. Now you don't care anymore, right? Because there is here something that you see. That the relationship was conditional, and the condition was for you to stay down, make them feel superior, make them feel strong, make them feel that you dependent on that you were dependent on them, right? Okay, let's see here with this Ace of Cups, because with this Ace of Cups we are talking about them being overflown by feelings and emotions, right? Because they cannot put it on you anymore. So it's a backfiring energy. Before, they were baiting you, provoking you, and feeding themselves from your reactions. And now you are not doing it. But with this Ace of Cups, we might also be talking about an apology. So this is why I want to check what we are talking about here. Tell me the Ace of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, no, we are truly talking about what I told you before, about you being their narcissistic supply. They were living their feelings by procuration. Are we saying that in English? Like through you, they were living their feelings through you, the effect that they had on you. And now that you are not the recipient, right? Yeah, we are talking here about dependence with this Nine of Pentacles in reverse. They were depending on you in order to be emotionally stable, right? You took yourself back, and now they have nowhere in order to put those feelings. Okay, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, let's see here. The Five of Swords. So it truly feels here, right, that you were dealing with people who wanted to win at all costs. There was no possibility to have a healthy conversation with them. It was all about lying, manipulating. It didn't matter. They will just answer what they need to answer in order to win the conversation. So it was not a conversation, in fact, right? When you were trying to have a healthy discussion with them, there was no way to have it, because they were not in trying to understand one another. They were in a battlefield where they needed to win, right? Okay, tell me here, the Five of Swords. There is something here about your independence. They needed you to surrender your control to them. This is what they needed from you. For you to be extremely reactive. This is what they needed. Yeah, they were not operating from a loving place. They were operating from a place of ego and control. This is what it was about. Their choices were not coming from a place of love, right? It wasn't about love. it was about feeding their shadows. And their shadows, from what I can feel here, it was all about feeling that they control you. The moment that you stop defending yourself, they are losing control. Kind of feel that here there is some kind of clarity that you gained. Maybe you observe them for some kind of time, and then you had this aha moment, understanding something, right? That they would never change, that they were not operating like you, that you shouldn't trust their words. I kind of feel here that you truly had some kind of understanding, and this truly closed this cycle. Okay. Anything else here about the Five of Air? Yeah, you understood that you were dealing here with people. This is a horrible energy, the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Yeah, when I tell you that they would be ready to do anything and everything in order to win, here it is, right? Lying, stealing, manipulating, cheating, cunning, backstabbing, stealing. Anything. They would never take accountability. Never. We are talking here about somebody extremely prideful. They are trying to get away with whatever. So when you are trying to have a discussion with somebody who is not willing to be honest, they are not willing to be honest. They are willing to control you. This is what they want. This is what was driving them, to be in control of you. So whatever effort you did in order to have a honest conversation, chances are that it just backfire on you all the time. They were becoming, maybe what you said made them uncomfortable, so they were trying somehow to show some kind of change, but I can tell you that behind your back, chances are that they were smearing your name, because maybe they were afraid now of you because you were gaining some kind of awareness about them. So they wanted to prove to you something about them, that you are wrong about your awareness, right? Or make you change your opinion of them. But trust and believe that it was just an image, and to compensate behind, I kind of feel that they were trying to create a lot of destruction, because they want to win at all cost and they want to feel in control. And the moment that you are coming, speaking the truth simply, they are not about the truth. They don't care about the truth. The truth is bothering them, right? Okay, so let's see here the Hermit in reverse. What we are getting here with this Hermit in reverse. Tell me, the Hermit in reverse. The Fool. The Two of Wands. The King of Cups. They took risks. This is what they did. They took risks, but the plan didn't work. And the plan didn't work because you are much more aware, emotionally mature, aware. You have a lot more wisdom than what they thought. I truly feel here, you know, with this Hermit, that we are talking about you being a hermit, and what was hidden to them, it is that you are a hermit. Somebody who has some kind of wisdom. You are somebody that observes a lot. You are not drawing conclusions very quickly. And you might also not talk a lot. Because with the Queen of Swords here, and you might be masculine, right? We are talking here about someone who you might not be somebody who likes to hear yourself talk. if you are saying something, it comes from a place of clarity, of truth. You have analyzed. You have tried to understand. You took the time to understand what's going on, right? You are precise. And I kind of feel that this is the thing. They didn't see that about you. It was hidden to them, the level of awareness that you have. King of Cups and Hermit. Yes, you might be somebody very loving and empathetic and understanding. All of this, right? But they took it all as naivety. They didn't understand that your understanding was understanding, truly. That once you see things clearly, it's over, because you have the understanding also to know that not everybody is operating the way that you are operating. And I kind of feel that maybe in the beginning here, or you didn't have the knowledge, right? You were not yet the King of Cups. Kind of feel that you became the King of Cups. So you might have been small, a Page of Cups, and then elevating, gaining experience. But it's truly when you were able to see this truth here that everything changed. You elevated. You had a higher level of understanding, not just about you. Now it was also understanding things about other people. Yeah, and they took here risks that they shouldn't have taken. For them, they shouldn't have taken it. For you, it's good, because it allowed you to see something very clearly. There was no doubt anymore. And this is what put their plans down. Okay. Let's get another one about this Hermit. Tell me, the Hermit, anything else about this Hermit? The Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, the wheels turned, right? This is why they are nostalgic here with the Six of Cups that we have here. Because before, I tell you, we are talking here about energy vampires. This is what we are talking about. People that were feeding themselves out of you. And I kind of feel that the moment that you step back, that you understood something here, right? So stepping back, it might be emotionally disconnecting, right? We might be talking about low contact, no contact, blocking them. I don't know. I don't have the answer here. The answer that I have, it is that you have awakened to something, and after you awaken to this thing, right, you close this cycle. The cycle is closed. At a spiritual level, you have learned your lesson, right? You have learned the lesson. And then we have abundance here with this Ten of Pentacles. We have stability. Building your future stability, being able to build a stable future, right? Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, the moment that you understood here what was going on. And it's interesting also because we have the difference between the Fool, right? The Fool, we are talking about, it's card number 0. This person, they have faith, they have faith in themselves, they have faith in whatever. It's card number 0. It's a starting point, right? And then you here, embodying the King of Cups, the Hermit, the Queen of Swords, right? Yeah, you are in a good place. And you couldn't be in a good place before because they were feeding themselves off of you. They were draining you. They were draining you. They were draining you emotionally, maybe your time, maybe your mind, putting you in a mental prison all the time, in the pressure cooker. The emotional pressure cooker? And I feel that this is what they did because they needed you to be reactive. Right? You stop defending yourself here. You regain all your power. And they are losing theirs. Yeah. I'm attracted also here to these lovers, saying that you might have acted with them, you know, maybe you might carry this phrase, you know, acting towards others the way that, treating others the way that you want to be treated, which is a beautiful phrase, and I totally agree with that. But the phrase should also be like treating people how they treat you. And I don't mean that if somebody is beating you up that you need to beat them up. You understand what I mean? But at emotional level, if somebody shows you some type of behavior, right? You don't have to overdo it, but we tend as the collective to do that, right? We want to change the world, we want to see the best in other people. We think that because we are self-reflecting and we want to grow and we want to do better, that everybody's doing that. And so we are giving our best to people who are exploiting that, right? And this is what I feel that was happening here. And we might be talking about a specific connection in your life, but we might be talking about a whole kind of connections. We are starting here with the world. So it might have been something that was repetitive to you in your life, right? Staying attached to people who were only creating in your life some kind of unbalance. They were competing with you. They wanted you... they wanted to feel superior to you. They wanted you to beg them. So maybe you never begged anyone, but then chances are that they nourished some kind of resentment towards you. I know that many people, I grew up with a mother that always made me feel that I'm bothering, right? Don't bother people, don't bother this and don't bother that, and don't be a burden, right? It was just a reflection of her. She was bothered that she had children that she needed to take care of, right? But I grew up with this idea that you shouldn't bother anyone, right? So I know that, for example, me, I would never chase after people. And it's not out of ego, it's just because I learned not to bother people. So I wouldn't bother people. You understand what I mean? But I know that many people might have been very resentful towards me because I was not, you know, I would call once, the person doesn't answer, or you know, I'm not insisting, I won't bother someone. I had to heal this thing about myself, right? Because it was a problem, because I kind of feel that sometimes I could have been there for people, you know, that maybe they needed me to insist maybe in some kind of way, right? Or that they were at a period where they needed me to, insist. But I would never, because I had this thing, right? And so very often when you are not doing that, and people are waiting for that, which they shouldn't, right? They shouldn't. But then they nourish resentment, like, who do you think you are? This is what's happening in their mind. Who do you think you are? Chase me. They are coming from a place of ego, right? While you might not have had the issue that I had, but simply, you know, why chase? Why like, there is kind of a power game here. Why? Okay, let's see here. The Eight of Cups, this is the change, right? So the change happened the moment that you detach yourself emotionally and you healed. Tell me. The Eight of Cups. The King of Pentacles. The High Priestess in reverse. And the Five of Cups. taking the lead of your life, embracing your leadership qualities, the High Priestess in reverse, secrets, the Five of Cups, grief, grieving. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna get a little bit more information here, because what I feel here is that you might have understood that somebody here was trying to be your boss, right? But they were hiding something. They were hiding something here, right? And you needed to grieve this connection. Tell me here, the High Priestess in reverse, the Lovers, Justice, the Nine of Wands. Yeah, this person was pretending to acting from a loving place, from a fair place. They were pretending, or you were projecting on them. While in fact, it was all about keeping you in some kind of defensive energy. In some kind of depressive states. Right? But it feels like you did give some kind of authority to someone. In some kind of way. Okay, anything else here about this Eight of Cups? Yeah, until you understood here that somebody was competing with you. Yeah, they were not coming from a loving place. I kind of feel that this is the thing, and this is why you detach yourself emotionally, totally. I feel that we are talking here about you understanding that a lot of people might be competing with you. They might need you to be in some kind of role towards them. And this is the cycle that you needed to end, right? You might be an emotional caretaker of other people. Yeah, I feel that you were dealing here with the energy vampire. Truly people that were feeding themselves and feeling strong when you were feeling weak. Yeah. Let's see closure. Yeah, I feel that we are talking here about you learning to step away, or learning not to attach yourself emotionally just because. And I don't say that here it's just because, you know, it can be, might be talking about family, we might also be talking about very long time friends, which should be emotionally connected to you, a relationship, right? They should be emotionally connected to you. But I kind of feel that you understood here that it's not the case for many people. They are unhealed, right? They are unhealed, they are unaware, they are not self-reflecting, and their relationships are conditional in some kind of way, even if the condition is about how you make them feel. Right? I kind of feel that you have been the narcissistic supply to many people in the past. And this was the lesson. This was the cycle that needed to be closed once and for all, having this understanding. When people make you feel in lack of balance, if you feel that they want to win at all costs, it's impossible to have a honest relationship with them, right? Kind of feel that you might have made them a lot of excuses in the past. maybe not expressing yourself when something was going wrong, because when you were expressing yourself, you didn't get answers that were fulfilling in some kind of way. But I kind of also feel that there is the element of, if you know that the conversation won't lead to anything, then it is not a healthy connection, right? And so you might judge yourself and say, okay, but people have many connections, and for me it's like people are deceiving me one after the other. But let me just remind you that most people are not in your energy. They are not in this self-reflection. So, and even if they are in this self-reflection, very often it is all about themselves, right? Why I am insecure, why I am this, why I... it's very often very narcissistic. It's not in the exchange, right? Because you might have been questioning yourself in regards to others. But I kind of feel, from what I can see in my life experience, that the people that I knew that were in some kind of inner search, it was more about just themselves, which is also important, right? It is also a phase. But they were stuck in this thing, right? Okay, let's go to closure here. Tell me, closure. The Eight of Wands and the Emperor. Okay, yeah, you are focused on yourself now. Your focus is on you. You taking the total lead of your life. You being in your full power. We are here with the Emperor. The Emperor, it's related to Aries. Aries, it is the first house. It's the me, right? I kind of feel that now there is some kind of sense of me that you have gained, that maybe you didn't allow yourself to do before, because it kind of feels that you were just a recipient for others' emotional needs. This is what I feel. And now the focus, it's interesting, because if we are looking here, you see it kind of feels that it's the same people. Can you see? We'll bring it closer. I saw the card and I saw focused on you. It's the Eight of Wands. Usually it talks about communication. It talks about focus. It talks about a quick movement. But here, I don't know why, I felt the focused on you. And look how they look alike here. I love that. Yeah, I feel that now you won't get lost because of other people, right? You may question yourself, which is always a good thing. Anything else here for closure? The Moon, you trust your intuition now. Now you trust your intuition. You might have been doubting your intuition in the past. What wasn't seen, right? You were doubting. And I feel that you are not doubting it anymore, because you saw something. And whatever you saw might have been related to what your intuition was screaming at you, but you didn't listen to it, thinking maybe that you are the problem, right? That you are too sensitive. All those kind of things. Yeah, you won't doubt your intuition anymore. It's over, it's done. Now when you will feel something, you have to be honest, right? It's very rare that a person will come to you and be honest about their darkness. You might do that, so you might think that other people would do the same. But most people, they don't do that, right? They won't tell you, I'm jealous of you, I'm competing with you. You are just here in order to serve a role that's comfortable for me. And if you don't, I don't need you. or I'm afraid of your perception. Right? So it's truly about trusting your intuition. Yeah. Okay, listen, I will leave it here. I love that. I think that it's a beautiful reading, especially that we are talking here about a cycle that has ended. So you might still be in the midst of the cycle. And if it's the case, so I kind of feel that this might come to you in order to help you get clarity about what you are going through, right? And help you finish this cycle, close this cycle totally, right? It's not about never doubting ourselves, right? I like the fact that even though I'm extremely intuitive, I can truly read a lot, but I'm always doubting myself because I think that it's important. I can project on others also. I'm human, obviously. I am very much healed, but am I totally healed? Am I totally self-aware? I don't know. Maybe I will discover things about myself, right? So it's important to question ourselves. But there's a difference between questioning ourselves or just shutting ourselves down for others, right? So anyway, as said, I hope it was helpful, insightful, maybe healing, if not at least entertaining. Sending a lot of love, a lot of good vibes to you. See you in the comments. Until very, very soon. Bye.